Time for the lightning round. We have 4 minutes. Let's go. Major League Baseball players agreed to a new rule for intentional walks. Now managers can signal from the dugout. It could speed up the pace of the game, but then it eliminates human errors. Justin.
I love this rule. It's going to save about, on average, 9 seconds a year. Baseball understands that they need to speed things up because millennials have short attention spans. I can tell I'm already losing you on this one, Ron. So it's 9 seconds a year, basically, is what it's going to save. So it's not a groundswell, but I love it because baseball understands they have to at least make some changes. They've got to do something, Ron, to speed the game up a little bit.
You have to still throw the 4 pitches.
No, it's the most boring thing ever.
The guy. It is, but it's part of the game.
By pitch 2, they're changing the
I used to play
channel.
catcher as a high school catcher, so
How bored were you? How bored were you for that?
Well, in Detroit, it was still a lot of action going on because everybody stole every base.
That's true.
Justin,
and sometimes
I think you're a millennial.
In age only am I a millennial.
Okay.
In age only, not mentality.
Single tickets for the Twins go on sale Saturday morning. They kick off their opening series at Target Field against the Kansas City Royals. Predictions for the season, Ron?
Well, I mean, they still have a lot to figure out with Brian Dozier. I mean, they still have to figure out who's next, who's coming up. But I heard Torrey Hunter on the Fan, and I think, with his guidance and a lot of the stuff they're trying to do, I feel like this might be, because everybody's turning. You got Fleck turning the Gophers around. You got the Wild doing well. You got the Timberwolves trying to figure it out. You
Richard
got the
Pitino
Vikings.
all of a sudden.
Richard Pitino's
Yeah.
So I think the Twins is their year. I mean, they're definitely not going to lose 103 games. I know that. But
that's a bold stance. Are you
they're
sure?
They're not going to lose 103 games.
Torrey Hunter can't pitch for him. They still got to find some
They won't
pitchers.
lose 103 games. That's all I'll say.
All
But
right.
they might maybe still lose around 80. But I think, I think
so
they can
about
get it
500.
done. I think they can get it done, yeah.
Okay, here's something to be excited about maybe. Tom Brady, the movie. The same guys who wrote Boston Strong, which inspired this year's Patriots Day film, are working on a Brady book and movie. I heard there's some mixed feelings. Maybe it'll be too cheesy. Justin?
Well, it probably will be too cheesy. Now, will Tom Brady play himself?
Will Giselle play herself?
I was going to say, it's hard. Usually in the movies, you try to find a better-looking version of the people you're trying to portray. Right. How do you do that in the case of Tom and Giselle? You can't do it.
You put Giselle in there and you get Tom out. That's how you do it. And then you just deflate everything. Kids' birthday balloons, whatever.
There's got to be a deflated
The whole
angle.
house has to be deflated. That's the only way it's going to work. If they try to go in there and act like the whole Deflategate didn't happen and he's this great,
Could Ben Affleck play? He's got Boston ties.
I can see Ben Affleck trying. I know Ben Affleck probably wants to play
Mark Wahlberg?
Everybody wants to play him if Giselle is going to be the wife.
Either one of those choices.
Lori, you can play Giselle.
Oh, thank you.
Very nice.
American Airlines unveiled some new lower fares, but they come with a price. You can't choose your seat. You're the last group to board the plane. You can only have one small item under your seat. The testing concept is expected to hit Minneapolis at the end of March. Good idea, Ron?
It's a good idea, but it feels a little Spirit Airline-ish.
Well, that's the inspiration.
I definitely know that, but Spirit, I feel like they get you for everything. If you breathe too hard, it's $10. If you check a bag and you forget to put a sticker on the bag, it's another $10.
$8.
If you need to print your boarding pass, it's $10. So I hope that whatever it is, they stick to it and it's like a drawn out. There's no hidden fees. If it's going to be a straight up price decrease and bring one bag, that's it. But if it's like, hey, that bag should be this big and it's this big, that's $10, it can get dicey.
We're only about a year away, I think, from actually being able to fly with your bag underneath the plane at a discounted price.
Big discovery by NASA. Researchers found 7, sorry to interrupt, we just got to move on, 7 Earth-like planets orbiting a star some 40 light years away. 3 of them could have habitat potential. Justin?
If I'm flying to one of those new 7 planets, I'm not doing American basic economy. Because that seems like, if you're going to Chicago, you can do the basic economy. If you're going to one of these new planets that are so far out of the atmosphere,
39 light years away.
We have no idea where they are. I mean, at least Delta Comfort, economy comfort. I don't know if I'm going to do, first class.
NASA will have its own airline. But I think only 2 of the planets are habitable, and I just wonder, are there other offensive linemen on those planets for the Vikings to go get?
Got to get to Beyonce. Lori wants to get Beyonce, and I know you do too, Ron.
Quick. This for Ron. She's no longer headlining Coachella this spring because she's pregnant with twins. Doctor's orders.
Makes sense.
A lot of disappointed fans. Ron?
They're worth $1.2 billion combined. So
the twins?
Taking a year off, probably. Jay-Z and Beyonce. So taking a year off is not going to hurt her. For the fans, they literally can get their money back. She said she'll come back in 2018 and headline it. She's pregnant with twins. Every mother knows if it's not going well, the doctor says rest. And the husband for sure does not want her to have an accident and lose the baby.
And if her performance would be anything like at the Grammys, they're not missing out on anything. All right? They're not missing out. I did not like that 9 minutes.
She definitely is not bouncing and twerking like Beyonce normally does.
It's
and
not
Lori's
the usual
jumping out of her chair.